your money problems? How do you own up to your money problem? This came up when I was having a conversation with a prospect, and it actually touched my soul. What actually happened? Sorry if I'm looking down, because I'm also looking at my notes. I want to keep this quite short. Thank you so much for joining. Let me know in the comment section where are you joining me from. So they said to me, financial ruin can feel so isolating. And you know what? That touched me because I could relate. I totally understood what she was saying. When you get on your journey to financial freedom, everybody around you are doing things different to you. They are looking at you strange. They are wondering, why are you stressing yourself trying to get out of debt? And they can't comprehend it. And so you might start to feel isolated. You might start to feel alone. You might start to question yourself and say, it's not that bad being in debt. It's not that bad using my credit card. It's not that bad taking out a business loan. I can pay it off. It's not that bad. But the thing is, I'm so stressed out. I cannot sleep because the interest rate is going up. And they're talking about a recession. And gas prices is going up. What am I going to do? Statistics have shown that even high income earners, a percentage of them cannot even pay their regular bills. And now if you're now trying to tell them to get on track and stop using debt, there is something that triggers in them and they are like, how am I going to survive though? You can. You can. And how do you own that problem that you have? I'm going to be sharing with you 3 tips on what you can do. And if we have time, I'll share some other tips that comes to mind. But you know what? I better introduce myself, right? My name is Gospel Edward Philia. And you know how many of us grew up and we keep telling our children, you weren't taught finance at school. Your children are not even taught finance at school. And you perhaps come from a household in which your parents themselves were living on debts. You know how we were never taught about personal finance at school, money management at school? And now you come in and you've seen the light and you're tired of living in debt and being stressed out and frustrated and overwhelmed. And you're now trying to get out of debt, grow your net worth, and you're trying to now educate your children to be financially savvy. But most of them are not even listening to you because they're like, why will I care when I need that Air Jordan? Can you just please use your credit card and get it to me? Well, what I do is I help you and your children to move away from having a disorganized financial lifestyle, living on credit, living on debt. I guide you, I help you out of that habit to one that in which you are now building wealth for yourself and you're leaving a legacy for your children's children's children. You're not being rich, you're actually walking towards being wealthy. I help you to move away from living that unhealthy lifestyle where you are so stressed out, you cannot sleep, you're not eating properly. You stop living an unhealthy lifestyle and start living a healthier and a wealthier lifestyle. I do this by sharing videos like the one that you're about to watch. So guess what? If this is gelling with you, I want you to grab your pen, grab your notebook, and guess what? We're all about glass of water right here, right? Grab your glass of water. I'm going to be sharing with you how to own your money problems and start getting back on track. You weren't created to be broke and living paycheck to paycheck. Absolutely not. Abundance is yours. You want to start affirming yourself and saying, my last name will be associated with wealth. The first thing that you need to do is you need to share your money problem with somebody, especially somebody that you trust and you know will not judge you, not mock you, not belittle you. No. You've got to use discernment in finding this person. Prayerfully consider different people and prayerfully go and share your problems with them. And you know what? The right person will not judge you. The right person will not think little of you because they will understand. You could just go on and say something like, I've got myself into a little bit of a pickle situation right now, and I really need you. I want to tell you about it. Because you know what, when you say something out, what happens is that the person hearing it, especially if they are actually listening, active listening, they can take clues from your body language, your tone of voice, and they can be able to, guide you. So first thing to do is share it. And if you are like somebody like me, that when I'm going through a really tense situation and I know I need to share it with someone, but I'm that type of person that when I'm sharing stuff with somebody, I choke up and I start to cry because I'm so passionate about it. Tears start to drip down my eyes. So what I do is I write it. I write it down. So you, if you are the type of person that gets choked up, and granted, even if you're not, and when you start talking about it, and maybe the person is now listening to you and sharing with you and trying to, guide you, and you start becoming emotional, that's okay. If you want to keep your thoughts together, write it down as well. And then step by step, you share that with them. The right person is out there waiting to hear from you, waiting to help you. Okay? So, how you own it is by just, number one, sharing it with someone. The second one is this one is find a professional that can help you, a financial expert or a financial coach or a financial therapist or financial consultant, whatever name you want to give them. Find somebody to walk with you as you get out of debt or as you go on to build wealth and grow your net worth. If you notice, I don't like using the word debt. I tend to use the word more often, grow your net worth, because I associate debt as a negative, and I don't want to be using that word debt as much. So you hear me use grow your net worth, because debt really is you're in a negative, right? So if you're trying to grow your net worth, you need some form of accountability, because all the people around you, they are the naysayers. They are the ones telling you why. Why are you stressing yourself trying to get out of debt? That's why there's credit card. That's why we have loans. Well, you know what? The person that is taking out loan is a slave to the lender. Do you want to be carrying on being a slave? I don't think so. Oh no, man. Oh, don't 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 owe anything to human beings but love, right? So you want someone that will not judge you. Most financial professionals, financial coach, financial wellness coaches, they're non-judgmental people, because they understand, especially those that have been trained, not somebody that um, yesterday they went and they took a course and then now they are calling themselves financial coach. No, because they don't really get it. I have been in this industry since 2006. I started as a volunteer helping people get out of debt, because I was trying to get out of my own student loan debt. And I've done loads of training, courses. There is so much into it, human behavior. And guess what? I was a financial coach, financial wellness coach and consultant before I became a healthcare professional. So I've done this even longer than my healthcare professional role. And for some reason, God has placed me in roles that nobody wants to talk about, nobody wants to deal with. Nobody wants to talk about money. Nobody wants to talk about mental health. And I've been talking about mental health for a long time, since 2006, because as I went in and supported people in debt, you could see the mental trauma that they were going through. Depression, anxiety was a lot. Ill health. So seeing all that, I went on to train to become a healthcare professional, so I can really have the skills to support them. It's not easy getting out of debt. And I shared that based on my own experience. Getting out of my student loan debt, to me, was a nightmare, I'll say. But you know what? I am so glad I went through that nightmare, because the dreams I'm having now is like, that was so worth it, you know? It's made me who I am, and it's made me to be able to be empathetic to the people that I'm serving. You need to find a professional that will be empathetic to your situation, because it's not easy. If you are someone that earns a lot of money but cannot pay your bill, you feel embarrassed. You don't have to feel embarrassed. You just did not know. You did not know how to do it. And again, society loves talking about debt and say, oh, it's okay, you can just put it on your credit card. Oh, it's okay, you can take out a loan, and you're a high income earner. Oh, you want to start that business? Oh, that's all right. You can always get out a business loan. I've never had a business loan when I started my company. Never. Sometimes I think to myself, how did I do it with no money? But it's possible. Now that you have a negative number, perhaps, or a low number that you're not, a low positive, then you are like, I make such a high positive money. Why are my investments such low positives or negative? I don't even have a savings account. Why is that? This is a good thing if you're asking yourself these questions because you're owning your money problems. So you share your money problems with somebody, and then you find yourself a financial coach or a financial therapist or consultant or whatever, right? And they won't judge you, and they will be sensible about the conversation that they'll be having with you. The third one that I want to show you is don't try to do this alone or hide it from everyone. Don't try to hide it from even your closest family members. I know sometimes it might be the best route to take to hide your journey, your financial freedom journey from your close family members. You need to use wisdom with this one. If your family members are toxic, you need to consider that situation and think, is it worth it me sharing this with them? And this is where you need to now think about finding a community of people that are actually on the same journey, on the same path. They believe the same values as you. They will not be telling you to take out credit cards. They will not be telling you, oh, take out a loan. It's all right. You can pay it off in like 5 days, 5 years. Or you can take out a 0% X, Y, and Z. You'll be able to pay it off in 12 months. Yeah, when it's 0%, you can pay off. Situation.com happens. What about if you fall ill within that 12 months? Hey, yeah, there you go. How are you going to pay it? How are you going to pay it? So now you're now stressing, trying to now rush to pay off. Find a community of people. One thing that I'm not a big fan of this platform, right? But one thing that they have done, which I kind of like, is you can post comments anonymously. Nobody will know it's you. That is a good thing because you can share your money problems, break it down. If you're if you're scared of being judged or people looking at you funny, or you know that maybe your family members are in the same group and they might see it, you can post it anonymously. That is a good feature, I'll say. And I see a lot of heartbreaking conversation posts that people have made. I'm like, oh my God, look at the slavery that is going on. And it just makes me so furious at the devil for lying to so many people all these years. You don't have to live in debt. And now, once you've recognized and you've owned your money problems, you start looking for ways to fix it. I'm known as a financial fixer, and we do things step by step. We don't do 5,000 things at once. No. Take you through the 4 steps. You save your emergency fund. We like to save 2K separate bank account. Then you put your debts in order from the smallest to the biggest and pay your debt off. Once you've paid your debt off, then you start your general savings. And within your general savings, you have your savings for your 6 to, well, I always tell my clients 6 to 12 months. So, but you can do 3 to 6 months. You can do 3 months as a start. Get that saved up. And then you have all these other little savings for your car, insurance, all the insurances you save that up. Once that is done, then you can start investing. And you know what? Since you're a high income earner, you can crush this in 24 months or even less. I know of people that have done it. And I'll share with you a platform that I now use. Is by invitation only. So we use that to map out how quickly we can achieve our financial freedom. And we just walk through it step by step. It makes life so much easier. You know how you've got a lot of these budget apps and things like that. They look at your past. You look at your past, you look at how you've been spending in the past. But this particular software, it looks at the future. It looks at the future and how you can really expedite things. We ran out of time, and I just want to just quickly say, I've got 2 other tips. With your debts, if you've got like credit card debts and things like that, you can contact the company and see if you can negotiate. I got an email from somebody that said they negotiated and said, "Oh, I've got cash to pay this debt off, right? Would you give me a discount since I'm paying it in cash?" And guess what? They got the discount. So rather than paying like 2,000, they got like a 20% discount. So you can contact the debt people that you owe money to, your creditors, and speak to them and negotiate. That was something that I used to do for my volunteer clients. I still do a bit of that now. It's just most of the clients that I have, they are empowered to do it themselves. Those, if you cannot, is something that I can do. Reach out to the creditors and talk to them. So that's something that you can also do when you're on this track to owning your money problems. Another one is, you can go, like many of you use the Facebook blogs and posts and things like that, like I mentioned. So you can share your worries on there or on any other debt platform. It's not easy going through a financial journey, and that's why I'm inviting you to join and be a member of this money management club. It's a membership club, and it's very little a month. You make weekly payments, and you can cancel anytime. I want to invite you to take up this opportunity. It's going to be open for at this rate for a short time, and I'm not like them people that will tell you, it's gonna be short in this amount of days, and then it's still there for 5,000 years. No, when I say it's gonna go by this date, it's gonna go by this date. And when we reach the capacity, we reach the capacity. You don't want to miss out on it. I might bring it back up another time, but the price is going to go up. So I want to invite you to take up this opportunity and join the money management membership group. We get to work with you, with all these things. You have a place where you can chat and share your money problems, right? And nobody will judge you because we do understand. We do understand. I don't want you to live your life in debt for the rest of your life. I know what debt does to people in their 70s, in their 60s. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. Imagine an elderly person deciding whether to eat or put the heating on. They are retired. Their pension is not taking them anywhere. And their children don't even want to know. It's so heartbreaking when you see them stroking their cat and shivering there. It's what I used to do. And I don't want that for you. Now you can start putting things together and achieve financial freedom sooner than you thought. Because you know what? You've got something inside of you that the world needs to hear. And if you're stressing because of money, how are you going to do it? There is somebody out there waiting to hear from you. Because the way you say what you say, how you say what you say, you just click with that person. And guess what? Your words might help them get to the next level of their life and might make the difference in somebody's life. So why are you going to let money hold you from helping that one person? Why? You're the only person out here in this world that can do it. So sharpen up, and get out of debt. Start growing your net worth, build your confidence, get rid of those stressors. Be your unique self. I'm rooting for you. Click the link and join the membership, and I'll see you inside the club. Until next time, to your ongoing success.